the council, the watchers, the founders. The list goes on. And invariably it will be the council of 7, 12, or 13. Or the watchers. Again, 7, 12, or 13. We present ourselves to an individual or a group when they are in the space of opening, of awareness on a deeper level. We are not capable of making changes within the group or individuals receiving the information or that is being filtered. We have no reason to cause harm to a physical body, which is what would happen to a physical body should we interject what they are seeing, what they are comprehending, and what they are filtering. There are many of you light workers out there who are also in service to yourselves, to humanity, and to the Creator. We commend you for acknowledging your in service to others. We would simply ask those who know of their journey forward to take responsibility for self and for others as you have agreed. We have been here forever. We have not been incarnated. However, we have shared many times with beings incarnated on this planet and others. So we are fully aware of the challenges and the joys of being in a physical place. We will keep this in context with how it relates to being incarnate on the earth plane. We have no other agenda to be here other than to share with you our knowledge in hopes that you will absorb it, you will understand it, and you will become that which you are to become in the times ahead. Until we meet again. We will begin with what we think is the first and foremost important message that we can be giving you, which is awareness. We understand that this term has been used quite frequently and quite often, much like the terms that get overused, such as metaphysical, New Age, etc. But awareness is more than just the statement of becoming aware of your surroundings. It's becoming aware of self. It's becoming aware of who you are. This is going to be very important in the days, weeks, months, and years ahead. For being aware is more about vibrating with the natural energies that we are all made of, that you are all made of. Which means we must take that responsibility. A key word here. I see many of you shirking from that word, responsibility. But it does not mean that it has to have a negative connotation to it. It simply means taking the step to find out who you are. What makes you tick? You know, we do not look at you as broken. However, we look at you as works in progress. And in the grand scheme of things, where you are at on your line of growth, we can all become better than we are. So this is not about judgment of where you're at, only taking the responsibility that there's more to do for self than what you've done up to this point. There are many of you out there who are already among your path, and for that we commend you. However, we would tell you is to continue to take it a step further. Push your own envelope. Take the responsibility. Seek out others that may be able to help open doors and windows within the soul, the spirit of who you are, to bring to you that awareness. Many of you out there feel as if you have grown to a point where you're comfortable where you're at. You have the knowledge of the changes coming forward. You speak and communicate with your own guides very well. There's still more to be done. There's still more to raise your level of awareness, to let go of those things that no longer serve you in this reality. We are being very, very adamant that this is the first step in this process. The awareness. You know, there are help out there. There's assistance out there. And I hear many of you saying, well, I'm fine. I have all the knowledge that I need. Well, not yet, because you haven't brought it into awareness. The awareness of how intricate we are all connected has not hit many of you yet. The awareness that joy and bliss and happiness can be yours on a day-to-day basis. Because raising the awareness also raises your vibration. When your own vibration is raising, there will be others who will be attracted to you because of the feeling of that vibrational level that is in you and around you. So we must say to you, get more into awareness. The next thing we wish to speak to you about today is preparedness. You know, we go along our day and we prepare our food, we prepare our homes, we prepare ourselves for the day. But it goes beyond that. Preparedness means to be aware, and we spoke to you of that in the first part of this. All of these things that we speak to you of are intricately intertwined. There's nothing here that is going to be separate from another. So preparedness is all about being prepared. As you prepare for your day, you must prepare for your days ahead. All of you that are listening to this are very aware of the changes that are going on this earth at this time. The violent actions of Mother Nature, the violent actions of each other, the almost surreal thought processes coming forward from people that are in our governments and higher officials. All of this has become almost commonplace, but yet there are many of you out there that weren't prepared for this. Had you have been aware, you would have been prepared for the times we live in now. So what we suggest to you is to be prepared for the times coming ahead, so that all of this will not become surreal, but will become part of what you know, part of what you are. Now, this brings into another question of whether the changes coming forward on this earth are destined or prophesied. And as our levels of awareness increase individually and therefore exponentially across the world, it can prevent it from being as cataclysmic as it will be. However, we will tell you is that the changes will happen, but to what degree or intensity really is dependent upon the humans here on this earth. And we use that term human in a manner in which just to describe the beings that you all are aware of that are on the earth plane, because that is another discussion yet of the different peoples who live among you, species, shall we say. So being prepared, and being prepared for the changes, the worldview, the energy levels, the climate changes, the activity in the weather, as well as what's going on around the world. Many of you who are listening to this are born and bred in the United States. And we would tell you is that being prepared is being prepared worldwide. therefore other cultures, other countries have very different viewpoints as to what's going on in the world, but it still is going to be the same in as much as the changes that are coming forward. You have to be prepared in your own small communities of where would you go should there be a disaster or catastrophe. What would you take with you? What would be important for you? I want each and every one of you to look around your home, for this material world is an illusion. You will not take these things with you. These things will become not important. Right now they are part of your world because that is the world in which the illusion has been created that you are interacting with. But I tell you, you do not need to take these things with you. You need to learn how to get into your own guidance and to listen to your own guidance, which again brings us back to the awareness, which brings us to the next one that we will be talking about is the knowledge on how to get the awareness and how to prepare yourself. You must prepare your families, and that means your family members. Please understand that not everyone is going to feel the same. They're not going to feel the way that you feel. And you have to learn to come to accept that. And you have to learn to be able to deal with that. That comes through your awareness. That's part of being prepared. So we would tell you as you look around your home, if you had to leave your home today, what would you take with you? What would be dependent upon your survival? We will talk more about the survival mode because it should not be anything to be feared. It is no different than being prepared for going to work each day, to do your homework each day, to get your clothes ready to wear each day, to make your breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It is just where are you being prepared at? What is it that you're focusing on? As we spoke to you in the other two segments, awareness, preparedness, and knowledge, there is no separation between them. They're just simply different aspects of the process that each and every one of you will be going through in the next weeks, months, and years to come. Some people would tell you that knowledge is power, and I would tell you that is not an accurate statement. Knowledge is simply what it is. It is how it's applied as to whether it's wise or not. Knowledge comes from not only books, but also from an awareness, again, speaking with the guides and being prepared for what they have to tell you. For if you truly stand in your truth, and if you truly wish only to hear the truth, then that comes from being prepared and being aware. And therefore that comes the knowledge that that which you are receiving from those guides, outside sources inside of self, is truth. Because knowledge, as it is applied, is only as good if it is applied. So as we bring you through, we understand that what we've spoken to you about today in these three segments may not seem very deep. They may not seem very totally informative, and we recognize that. For what these are is steps. We are going to bring to you in each of these three areas, as well as continue the growth process by bringing other topics. We will be bringing them into more and more depth, more and more finite details, so that as time goes along, you will be able to start seeing a clearer picture. It will be building much like making a cake and making the many layers, the cake and then the icing and the cake and then the icing. We will be building a grand cake, by the way, all of us together. For those of you who are here listening, by sending the energy that you wish to know more, that you wish to really find out what the key is to you, not to your neighbor, not to your spouse, not to your loved one, but to you, then it means about listening, it means about sharing, and it means about intent. Knowledge that you all have here on this earth plane that are written in your pages, and there's many pages of many books that would tell you this is truth and that is truth. Many of you out there would believe those things that are written within the pages of these books, and we would tell you, we would like for you now, when you go and read something, is to feel how those words seem to you that are printed on that paper.